Decoding the CSEC Biology Syllabus 2013. Hello everyone, my name is Elvis Nunez. I am a learning specialist and international curriculum consultant. Like you, I've spent time under the Caribbean Examination Council both as a student and as a teacher. However, over the last 4 years, I've spent time researching teachers' understanding of biological evolution in the Caribbean. Since then, I've been appointed as one of 6 panelists under the 2011 to 2013 CSEC Biology Revision Committee. Before we begin, I'd like to extend a heartwarm thank you to everyone who was able to make it there today. Mr. Lizama, Mr. Vargas, Mrs. Noble, and Mrs. Perez, thank you very much. A big thank you to everyone. The major goal of this workshop is to expose you, the teachers, to the minor and to the major changes in the 2013 CSEC Biology syllabus, with major focus on Section C, Continuity and Variation. Over the last 2 years, the group of 6 panelists have been working arduously to create a world-class syllabus that is up to international standards with biology education worldwide. Last year, Nescent and I collaborated on a series of workshops to bring biology education to the Caribbean, mainly to Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, and Belize. Some of you might have attended those sessions. This year, however, we decided to target one country, that one country being Belize, to disseminate and expose teachers to the changes in the 2013 syllabus. Here are some images of the workshop we conducted across the Caribbean. National Student and Teacher Workshop in Kingston, Jamaica. National Teacher Workshop in Trinidad and Tobago. National Teacher Training Workshop in Barbados. And University of Belize Workshop for Students. The 2013 syllabus has seen major restructuring. Today I will be discussing with you those structural changes as well as going in depth with Section C, Continuity and Variation, since that is the area of our expertise and the section that I contributed the most to. Following my presentation, Jory and Adam will lead you through 2 days of content, pedagogy, and activities that will best help you teach Section C of the syllabus. My research indicates that teachers have a low acceptance and understanding of biological evolution. We also know that both students and teachers have several misconceptions regarding the topic. We have also seen that students struggle with these concepts in the CSEC biology examinations. Our hope is that following the 2-day workshop, you will be best prepared to walk into that classroom and teach biological evolution, that you will be able to teach these concepts in a way that does not seem difficult for students and for yourselves. We also hope that you can take from this workshop how simple and relevant biological evolution is. Biological evolution has major implications for health, medicine, agriculture, and biodiversity and conservation. Let's take a step back and look at the current CSEC biology syllabus. As we all know, the syllabus was last revised in 2002. At the time, the syllabus was innovative and centered around ecology. However, over the last 10 years, we have seen that there are several areas that need major improvement. So if I were to ask you today, what are some of the limitations to the current syllabus? You might say there are many. Well, a few come to mind. 1. The syllabus was lengthy and disjointed. 2. The theory and the content was separated from the applications. For example, students were learning about the body and the organs in Section B, but learning about diseases until Section D. Thirdly, the syllabus failed to teach students the totality of biology and its applications to everyday life, thus limiting the authenticity of learning. Fourth, Section C of the syllabus failed to give students and teachers a complete understanding of biological evolution and its applications to everyday life. Also, the sections on suggested teaching activities or practical activities and skills and interrelationships were not used to full potential. We can also say that students were not being treated as scientists. We were teaching students how to memorize and how to learn material rather than to use critical thinking, problem-solving skills. So in short, the limitations to the current biology syllabus can be summarized as follows. Please feel free to follow along with your handout. The syllabus was last revised in 2002, and as you all know, The syllabus was comprised of 5 sections with a major focus on ecology. The syllabus was lengthy and disjointed, and the concepts and applications were presented separately. The syllabus underplayed the relationship between biology and everyday life, and students were not treated like scientists. The suggested practical activities and skills and interrelationships were also limited. The syllabus also encouraged an excessive number of laboratories that could be copied as dry labs. Also, Section C, Continuity and Variation, presented limited Caribbean examples. It is now time to look at the new CSEC biology syllabus to be used in 2013 and to be tested in 2015. The syllabus has several minor and major modifications. Let's look at them now. So what are some of these minor and major changes? Well, let's look at the minor changes first. In the new syllabus, biology is viewed as an exploration of the structure and function of life forms at the molecular, cellular, organismal, and ecosystem levels. The role of biology cannot be overstated. Biology promotes an awareness of the importance of our biodiversity and the unique role of humans in the environment in conserving, protecting, and improving the quality of that biological environment for future generations. We will focus on the interrelationships between ecology, human impacts on the environment, disease, and even evolutionary processes. The new syllabus suggests that the role of the teacher is to facilitate students' learning of accurate and unbiased information. As such, all the information presented in the syllabus has been supported by a majority of scientists worldwide. The new syllabus caters to an inquiry-based approach and student-centered teaching strategies. The syllabus now includes a section called Suggestions for Teaching the Syllabus. This will facilitate teachers' delivery of that syllabus. Lastly, the syllabus showcases the strengthening of the section Skills and Interrelationships. We now focus on biology, chemistry, physics, and mathematics, and the relationships even between biological concepts. We have made a full use of the column Skills and Interrelationships. Let's look at some of the summary points for the revised biology syllabus. The subject panelists and curriculum consultants consulted with experts and syllabuses from the US, Canada, Europe, and Asia in order to create a world-class syllabus. The syllabus now promotes the role of humans in conserving, protecting, and improving the quality of the biological environment for future generations. One of the most important points is that the role of the teacher is to facilitate students' learning of accurate and unbiased information. As such, all the information in the syllabus has been supported by a majority of scientists worldwide. The syllabus now includes a section entitled Suggestions for Teaching the Syllabus. We have also strengthened the interrelationships among biology, chemistry, physics, and mathematics. Lastly, the syllabus now makes use of several local Caribbean examples. Let's now focus our attention on the 3 major modifications to the new biology syllabus. The first major change is a structural one. The syllabus is now divided into 3 sections, mainly Section A, Living Organisms and the Environment, Section B, Life Processes and Disease, and Section C, Continuity and Variation. You might note that this is very different from the last syllabus that was divided into 5 sections. The reason the syllabus was merged into 3 sections is because content and applications needed to be combined. Section A and Section E were very related, so was Section B and Section D. Section C was left on its own, and it was expanded. The second major structural change to the syllabus is that we've now included a section entitled Suggested Teaching and Learning Activities. This section was designed by myself to put at the end of each section. So Section A will have a set of learning activities, Section B will also have a set of learning activities, and so will Section C. This section was included to make learning fun and applicable, relevant to students. We have made use of posters, music, research activities, video presentations, online resources, art, and several other untraditional learning and teaching approaches. Provided that CXC obtains funding in 2013, we will be designing specific lesson plans to match with each of the specific objectives under Section C of the syllabus. We do find that Section C tends to be a bit more difficult for teachers to teach, so it is our responsibility to make that easier for you all. Please follow along with your handout. In short, the three most important modifications to the syllabus now include the syllabus being comprised of three sections entitled Section A, Living Organisms in the Environment, Section B, Life Processes and Disease, and Section C, Continuity and Variation. The syllabus now includes a section entitled Suggested Teaching and Learning Activities at the end of each of the three sections. This makes use of untraditional learning and teaching strategies. Lastly, the syllabus is now inquiry-based and student-centered approaches are encouraged, opposed to rote memorization and lectures like before. We are placing greater emphasis on critical thinking and problem-solving skills. As you can see, the changes to the syllabus are not only significant but play a key role in establishing the relevance of science to society. We've also made a direct reference to the Caribbean using known Caribbean examples. We will now be taking a closer look at the Section C of the new biology syllabus. It is noteworthy to mention that in 2009, 57% of biology teachers in Belize asked for training workshops in biological evolution. Let's look at Section C now. Research over the last 3 years has shown that teachers have a limited knowledge of biological evolution. Students seem to also struggle with these concepts both at the high school and at the college level. However, worldwide there has been a push to include biological evolution lower into the education system, so starting as in early high school. And now, a special note to the teacher. Have you ever wondered why humans have wisdom teeth, appendices, a tailless tailbone, if there is no obvious need for any of these traits? Or why viruses like influenza and HIV are so difficult to treat, much less cure? How about what led to the rise and fall of the mammoths, mastodons, or dinosaurs? The answer to these questions lies within the often misinterpreted biological evolution. So what then is biological evolution, and what role does it play in the new syllabus? Well, biological evolution refers to the genetic changes in the heritable traits in a population over multiple generations and is distinct from the origins or creation of life. Scientists agree that evolution is the central-most concept in biology and provides a well-supported explanation for the biodiversity of life and how species adapt. Biological evolution is well supported within the scientific community and explains the biodiversity of life and the new challenges that species face. In particular, the treatment of evolution in the syllabus is of great importance to small island developing states such as those found in the Caribbean. Our territories are faced with constant drastic changes due to human activities, overpopulation, limited resources, susceptibility to natural disasters, and overfishing. Deforestation and other pressures also affect and risk the survival of species. Basic treatment of biological evolution combined with genetics can enhance awareness and enable students to make more educated decisions regarding the environment. It is noteworthy to mention that in science, the word theory is generally defined as an explanation that is firmly supported by evidence and widely accepted within the scientific community. Finally, the importance of applications of genetic variation and biological evolution in agriculture, healthcare, technology, and conservation should be noted. It is now time to focus our attention on the summary of general objectives for Section C. This section is now comprised of 7 general objectives, some new. The first general objective is, at the end of completion of Section C, students should be able to 1. Understand the species concepts and various forms of speciation. So, the first general objective relates to speciation, the forms of speciation, and the species concept. The second general objective, students should be able to understand the importance of genetic variation. So, genetic variation and its many applications. 3. The third general objective, students should be able to understand the gene as it pertains to DNA and to alleles and chromosomes. So, genetics, gene, alleles, DNA, and chromosomes. Nothing new. General objective number 4. Students must understand the role of genes and heredity in determining how traits can be altered and passed on from one generation to another via asexual and sexual selection. So asexual and sexual means reproduction. General Objective 5. Students should understand the processes that drive evolution. The major processes include natural selection, genetic drift, migration, otherwise known as gene flow, and mutations. General Objective 6. Students should understand the evidence for biological evolution and the importance of its applications in terms of healthcare, food, technology, forensic science, and conservation biology. So we're talking about applications of biological evolution to everyday life. To healthcare, disease, conservation, technology, and things like food. The last general objective is something that we currently cover in the 2002 syllabus. This pertains to genetic engineering. At the end of the covering section C, students should be able to appreciate the social and ethical implications of genetic engineering. So there you have it. The 7 general objectives under section C, continuity and variation. Some of the general objectives you've seen and you're familiar with. Our role here for these workshops is to help you understand both the content and pedagogy for things like general objective 1, 2, 5, and 6. Everything that pertains to biological evolution, a bit of genetics. So we hope that by the end of these workshops you can take how important biological evolution is in everyday life, and its applications go across the board. And the applications pertain to both section A, which is the environment, and section B, which is life processes and disease. So there you have it. Those are the changes to the 2013 CSEC biology syllabus. I've now covered with you the minor changes, the major changes, and the general objectives to section C, continuity and variation. I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation and that you continue to enjoy the 2 days of workshops that we have prepared for you. The most exciting part of this new syllabus is the skills and interrelationships, the suggested teaching and learning activities. This will give you an opportunity to take your students outside and enjoy the natural environment. Think like scientists. It will give you an opportunity to incorporate art and music and dance and everything that we are known for in the Caribbean. Until then, thank you. Tomorrow I hope to go over the SBAs and laboratory experiments and the changes to those. So once again, thank you very much for your participation in these workshops. Jory and Adam, take it away.